First it was Toyota, then Subaru, and now Mazda has a brand new CEO. Today we're going to discuss where Mazda is headed with new leadership. Welcome back to the channel. If you're excited for the future of Mazda, smash the like button. Today we're talking about Masahiro Moro is the new president and CEO. This is the new face of the Japanese automaker. But we also have Jeffrey Guyton, who has overseen the North America scene for a while. He is getting upgraded to a whole bunch of different titles and assistant to the president. So he's pretty much the right-hand man of Masahiro Moro. Just like Dwight Schrute, assistant to the regional manager, Jeffrey Guyton is here to represent North America. Heading on over to automotive news, they have a lot of details here about the old guard and the new guard. The former president on the right, Akira Marumoto, is stepping down, and here is Masahiro Moro stepping in. And Moro-san has been a longtime veteran of the critical North American operations. He's 62 and was chairman of Mazda Motor of America before becoming head of the company's administrative division in 2021, and he will take the reins starting June 1st. Former CEO Marumoto is stepping aside and will be a senior advisor, and the chairman remains the same at Kiyotaka Shobuda. The new CEO Moro has been promoted for his success at reforming the U.S. dealer network and for rebuilding the profitability of Mazda's business here in North America. Moro said boosting sales per outlet, meaning dealership, in the United States is a key target in the automaker's most important market. And the arrival of two new large crossovers, which are the CX-90 and the CX-70, the CX-90 coming soon. Media drive is happening in just a couple weeks. So we mentioned Jeffrey Guyton being assistant to the president, regional manager. He's also going to be Mazda's global finance chief and member of the parent company's board. And he's moving overseas to headquarters in Hiroshima. And Guyton's new role is intended to inject fresh perspective into the export-dependent Japanese automaker, which gets 86% of its sales from outside of Japan, and almost 40% of those sales in North America. North America is so important for Mazda. Moro said, "We want to bring fresh eyes to the company," and he will pursue two priorities. One is successfully roll out large products, which will be a major growth driver for putting the company on a growth trajectory. So that's the CX-90 and CX-70. And the second is to implement countrywide cost reduction activities, including all supply chains and value chains, in order to further improve management efficiency going forward so as to make our overall business more robust. Mazda said this past November, they're investing over $10 billion through 2030 into electrification and starting new partnerships from batteries to motors, etc. And it's not just Mazda doing this. If we look at Honda, they're teaming up with General Motors for the first batch of EVs, and they're also teaming up with Sony, someone who's not traditionally known to work with automakers outside of their sound equipment. So big advances happening for the Japanese automakers, especially for the smaller ones. I feel like Toyota seems like they can do it all by themselves for the most part. And then you also have Nissan, who's not doing that great right now. Still, profitability's been tough for them, but they can still lean on Mitsubishi a little bit. Mitsubishi, I mean, not really, but they can lean on their partnership with Renault. And even though we import most of the Mazdas here into North America, Mazda said we could see US-built EVs as early as 2026. Thanks to Moro's vision of revitalizing the dealer network here in America, they've renovated over 300 retail outlets and hoping to hit 360 stores, but we don't have a time frame that. Another key goal is boosting per store volume so dealers can reap bigger sales and have more money to reinvest in their businesses. Now, Mazda has 540 dealerships in the United States at the end of last year. So we're busting the old calculator out here because this number doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me from Mazda and their sales goals here. So they have 540 dealerships, but they're expecting the ones that are renovated to sell more. So they're expecting 1,000, expecting 360 of them online fairly soon. So that's a total of 360,000 sales. But they're saying that they're hoping to get the sales volume to 1,200 per store. So we do 1,200 times 360 renovated dealerships. That's over 400,000 units. But what about the additional 200 stores that are still selling Mazdas, well, they're going to be selling at a obviously much lower clip. Let's say maybe half of what we see here. That's still like 600,000 to 700,000 units that they want to sell. Heading over to car figures, what does Mazda sell? If they're expecting to sell over 600,000 units in the near future, what are we looking at? Well, in 2022, they didn't even crack 300,000 units. In 2021, they had a great year after the COVID year. They did crack 330,000 units. Where are they going to be able to sell 600,000 units? I don't understand how they'll be able to do it. I don't understand where they're going to get that production volume from. I understand that they want to sell the CX-50 in higher volumes from the Alabama plant. Maybe they'll be sending some more of that global production focused to North America so they can really thrive and grow here, where the profit margins are higher than maybe some other markets. And Morrow said, we are going to secure growth together with the dealers. So they're very much like Toyota and Subaru on how dealers are integral to their business and their philosophy. Meanwhile, Volkswagen is going to be building a plant for dedicated Scout pickup truck EVs and Scout pickup truck SUVs, and not planning to sell them through the dealers. So interesting how different companies are doing different things to reduce their overhead, but the Japanese seem to be loyal to their dealer networks. In 2030, Mazda said they could produce up to 40% of their volume as EVs, but they're keeping that number flexible to account for the uncertainty of the future market. New CEO Morrow has been with the company since 1983, when the company was still called Toyo Kogyo. It is said he is comfortable in international circles and is fluent in English. He was head of Mazda Europe from 04 to 08, and he became president and CEO of Mazda North America in 2016. So I'll see you guys down below on what you think Mazda's future is going to be like with the new CEO. Mazda's exporting the American assembled CX-50 to Mexico. We also get Mazdas from Mexico as well. Some of the Mazda 3s, the CX-30, for example. The CX-50 is, of course, already exported to Canada, but also Colombia. I bet you didn't know that. They're hoping to sell up to 150,000 of these at the Toyota Mazda plant in Alabama. That's their max capacity, because the other half is for Corolla Crosses. But if you made it this far in the video, smash the like button. Make sure you stay tuned for more Mazda news and reviews. I can't wait to test out the CX-90. I won't be actually driving it for the media event. I'll be at the Prius Prime media drive. It was the same week, and I'm not going to spend a whole week away from the family if I can help it. So I'll just wait for the CX-90 to come to my front doorstep, where I can actually test it with all the kids and see how well it would work for our family. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.